Hello my dear fellow book lover friend, welcome to the beautiful eyes that are watching and listening to us. If you're looking for your next great book, you're in the right place. In this video, we're giving you a sneak peek into the book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, discussing everything from the characters to the themes, and to our favorite quotes. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the book, you won't want to miss this. We are grateful to have you with us and we wish you all the strength to make your life worth living. Now, we are presenting to you the summary of the book, The Picture of Dorian Gray. The book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, is a novel by Oscar Wilde, first published in 1890. The novel tells the story of Dorian Gray, a young man who becomes the subject of a portrait painted by his friend Basil Hallward. Dorian is a handsome and charming young man who is admired by many. As he ages, he remains youthful and untouched by the effects of time, while the portrait in his attic shows the true consequences of his life of excess and sin. The novel is set in Victorian England, a time of great social and moral constraints. Wilde uses the character of Dorian Gray to critique these constraints and explore themes such as beauty, art, morality, and the dangers of excess. The novel is also known for its exploration of the aesthetic movement, which valued beauty and art above morality and convention. The novel opens with a description of Basil Hallward, an artist who is obsessed with capturing the beauty of Dorian Gray on canvas. Dorian meets Basil through his friend Lord Henry Wotton, a hedonistic and cynical man who becomes a major influence on Dorian's life. Dorian is immediately taken with Basil's art and begins to spend more time with him, eventually sitting for a portrait. During one of these sittings, Dorian meets Lord Henry, who introduces him to a philosophy of pleasure-seeking and aestheticism that leads Dorian down a dangerous path. As Dorian becomes more immersed in this hedonistic lifestyle, he begins to indulge in every pleasure he desires. He becomes increasingly self-centered and cruel, treating the people around him with callousness and disdain. Meanwhile, the portrait in his attic shows the physical toll of his sins, growing increasingly twisted and grotesque. As the years pass, Dorian becomes more and more obsessed with his youth and beauty. He realizes that the portrait in his attic is the key to his eternal youth and begins to hide it away, afraid that others will see the true ugliness of his soul. Dorian's guilt and paranoia begin to consume him, and he becomes increasingly isolated and unhinged. Throughout the novel, Wilde explores the theme of beauty and its relationship to morality. Dorian's obsession with his own beauty leads him down a path of selfishness and cruelty, ultimately leading to his downfall. Wilde also critiques the Victorian obsession with appearance and the idea that a person's outward appearance is an indicator of their moral character. The novel also explores the theme of art and its relationship to reality. Basil's portrait of Dorian Gray is a representation of Dorian's true self, hidden away from the world. The portrait becomes a symbol of the dangers of art and its ability to reveal the true nature of things. Wilde suggests that art should be appreciated for its own sake, rather than as a reflection of reality. One of the most notable aspects of the novel is the character of Lord Henry Wotton. Lord Henry is a hedonistic and cynical figure who becomes a major influence on Dorian's life. His ideas about pleasure and beauty led Dorian down a dangerous path, and he is often seen as the villain of the story. However, Lord Henry is also a complex and fascinating character, and his views on life and morality are often thought-provoking and insightful. The novel's climax comes when Dorian, consumed by guilt and paranoia, stabs the portrait in his attic. In doing so, he causes his own death, while the portrait returns to its original state, showing the true ugliness of Dorian's soul. The novel ends with Dorian's body being found, while the portrait hangs in the attic, a symbol of the dangers of excess and the true cost of beauty. The Picture of Dorian Gray is a complex and thought-provoking novel that explores a range of themes and issues. You should read this classic book. We thank you for being with us. Don't forget to check for other book suggestions on our channel. And We suggest you to please subscribe and support this channel to grow together. Thank you again.